Hi, welcome. Just waiting to see if some people are coming in. Wonderful. Hi, Julia. Hi, Sina. Oh, nice to see you guys. So I hope you can hear me okay. Otherwise, send me a sign. So let's find a comfortable seat on your yoga mat. And this is a fundraiser class for Yoga Gives Back. And Yoga Gives Back does amazing work in India for women and children in need, educational programs, and I really recommend to check them out. And if you want to contribute to this fundraiser by donating, please send me a message after this class. And there's something popping in. I hope there wasn't that you can't hear me or something. All right. Just send me a message and then I can help you how to donate. So if you live in Denmark, we have our mobile pay, but I also take PayPal, and 100% of what you send I will give to Yoga Gives Back. And doTERRA has 50, or what is it called, 100% match. So if you give 10 euros, they will add 10 euros to donate to Yoga Gives Back. So we can double the amount of what the association gets to help people in India. All right, let's get started with feel-good yoga. So actually we're going to start standing. So come onto your mat and soften your shoulders, finding hip distance apart your legs. Instead, let's take a moment to arrive here, noticing the soles of your feet. Is the weight evenly on each foot, or do you lean more to one side or the other? And you can explore a little bit here. And then softening your jaw, growing out of the crown of your head taller and taller. And then also notice how the weight is distributed on your feet, but how are the hips aligned? Do you feel one part of your pelvis is higher up than the other? Without looking into the mirror, just see if you can feel if you're aligned here. Aligning your shoulders, is one shoulder more up or down? And finding this quality of balance also in your posture. Noticing if your shoulders are moving more forward or back, or are they stacked on top of your hips. Wonderful. And slowly bring your palms together in Anjali Mudra. And let's set our intention for this practice, this evening, feel-good yoga, that we're doing in honor to support Yoga Gives Back, to help them help others. You're welcome to chant one Om with me. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, let go. Inhale to chant. Beautiful. So as this is supposed to be an accessible class, of course we all have different abilities. I really invite you to listen to your body. And the idea of this class is to feel good. So whenever you feel you want to move a little bit extra or take a break, go for it. This is your practice. So let's start with a nice little shake here. So we're bouncing in the knees, letting it shake all the way up to the shoulders, shaking out the arms, softening our face. Maybe some sounds are coming out, they're so welcome. Maybe you know I can't hear you. So feel free to express whatever comes out. Maybe it's like a yawn, or it's like a oh, whatever there was today that you feel like, oh, it would be so nice to release that. All right, and then find stillness, noticing how that vibration goes through the body. Wonderful. We're opening our legs a little bit wider, bending the knees slightly, but staying rather stable in our legs. And we're going to swing our arms around us. Just waking up the spine here, and maybe the lower arms can tap onto your back. If balance is a challenge, then just find a spot to gaze at. Or if you want, you can use your whole spine, so including the neck, to rotate here. And keep the hips more or less steady so we can really work on the spine here. Keeping your face soft. And breathe. Beautiful. And slowly coming back to the center, moving your feet a bit more in, finding some of our planks on my yoga mat. Deep breath in and slowly out. Keeping your legs hip distance, especially if balance is a challenge. Otherwise, you're welcome to bring your feet a little bit closer. Inhaling, rise your arms up. And we're taking our left hand just below our right wrist, softening the shoulders. Inhale, lengthen to the crown of your head. Exhale, we bend to the side. Feeling the breath. If you're familiar with the Dirga 3-part breath, go ahead. If this is a new concept, don't worry, just explore how it feels to breathe a little bit fuller here to expand your side body. Wonderful. Inhale, let's come back up. Exhale, release the arms and take a moment to feel the difference. Inhaling, rise up. And exhale, we bend to the opposite side. Soften the face. Feel the expansion with the help of your breath. Beautiful. And inhale, we come back. Exhale, release, and give it a nice little shake here. All right, so when you're ready, let's slowly come down onto our mats, finding a tabletop position, placing your knees in the middle of your hip joint here, spreading the fingers, the thumb can be a little bit more relaxed. Finding a neutral spine here, and then let the tummy hang, roll the shoulders back, inhaling for our cow pose. Slowly start tucking the tailbone under, rounding through the back, chin to chest, into the cat. Let's take a couple of rounds here in your own time, inhaling, opening. Exhaling, rounding. Finding your own rhythm, and notice your spine, notice the connective tissue, the muscles around. And we start to explore a little bit more freely. Whatever feels good. Maybe the hands come a bit more forward. Maybe hips come a little bit more backward. Just explore what feels good. There's so many movements we usually don't do, and it's so good for our fascia. Just giving yourself this massage from your back, your hips, your shoulders. Beautiful. And slowly coming a bit more back to the back of our mat and sit back onto your heels. And we're starting with the earth salutation. So it's in the evening here in Denmark. Helps us to ground. So sitting back onto the heels. If you feel this is not accessible, you can take a block, a pillow underneath your buttocks to help you sit a little bit more comfortable. And then we're placing our hands in front of the heart. On an inhale, rising up onto the knees. Reach the arms over the head. Tuck the tummy, little back bend. And exhaling, coming into an extended child's pose. The fingertips come forward, the hips reach back. On the next inhale, rising up into a tabletop position. And exhale, find your first downward facing dog. So this is the first round of our earth salutation. Let's stay in the downward facing dog for a moment. Doing any movements here of your knees and hips, wherever feels good. Exploring. Rolling, maybe you feel like some Shakti waves. Just allow your body to be present, to feel in to your postures. Beautiful. And on the next exhale, bring your knees down. Inhaling, rise your arms up. And exhale, we sit back down. All right, so the next round, we go a little bit faster without staying in the downward facing dog. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, extend the child's pose. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, back to thunderbolt. All right, let's do this again. Inhale, open your chest, tuck the tummy slightly in. Exhale, hips reach back, fingers forward, extend the child's pose. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, mountain. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, back to start. Let's do one here in your own pattern. Inhale. Beautiful. So let's continue a couple of more rounds here, and I really invite you to stay in some of the postures that just feel so good. Maybe you had a busy day and you want to stay in the extended child pose a little bit longer. Go for it. Explore what feels good in your body today. If you feel like you want to flow and move, then continue with the earth salutation, helping you to ground and feeling the connection towards the ground, whatever part of your body is touching the ground while you move or while you're present and still. Beautiful. Last round here. Beautiful. And when you're back in your thunderbolt posture, you rise up one more time here. Inhale. And with the next exhale, coming into extended child's pose, and we stay here. Now you want to open your knees. Feel how the fingertips are reaching forward. And we're going to bring down our right shoulder towards the ground, looking under the left arm. Feel that stretch here in the side body. And on an inhale, come back to neutral, and then bring the left shoulder towards the ground, looking under the right arm. It's a very small movement. Inhaling, center, and explore a little bit here, going from side to side, going deeper into our back muscles. And again, move as much as it feels good for you. Wonderful. And then place your palms onto the ground, lifting up on an inhale, and bring your knees back underneath your hips. And we're stepping the right foot forward, placing the left hand onto the mat, and with an exhale, we're opening up into a twist here. Feel the length from your left hand through the chest to the right hand. Optional to gaze up, maybe prefer to look down to the ground. Beautiful. Exhaling, bring the right hand down, bring the right knee back. Any movements that feel good, and we step the left foot forward to come to the other side, planting the right hand into the ground. And on an exhale, enter the twist here. Inhaling, creating more length, softening your face. Beautiful. Exhaling, bring the hand down, bring your left knee down, and again, any movements that feel good. You're bringing the right foot forward again. If by time your knee starts to get a little bit angry, we don't want that, so then just fold over your mat or place a blanket underneath. This time we're trying to bring the right knee in between our legs, our hands, moving the left knee a little bit back and coming onto our fingertips to melt into horse riding posture. Maybe it feels nice to lift your arms up here Observe, explore what feels good for you today. Bringing the palms together if your arms are up, index finger pointing. And then with very small movements in the upper body, maybe turning a little bit from side to side. Maybe you're bending lateral here from side to side. Find these small changes when we explore into our postures. Engaging the core, maybe you want to open the chest a little bit more towards the sky. Melting deeper into your hip, only as much as it feels good. And exhaling, bring your hands down, right knee comes back, and any movements that feel good here. Let's do the other side. Left foot comes forward, in between your hands, right knee comes a bit back. Either you stay here on your fingertips, working on melting deeper into your hip, or optional, bring your arms up, soften the shoulders, relax the face. Maybe it feels good to bring your hands together, index finger up, left thumb over the right, twisting gently in the upper body, or bending from side to side. Allow these movements to be really small and feel that they're not only working on your upper body. Maybe you can feel them all the way down towards your feet. Observe if you want to tuck the tummy and bring your chest a little bit more to the sky, melting deeper into your hips. And remember to breathe. Wonderful. Pushing back if you melt it down into your hip. Exhaling, bring your hands down. And again into our tabletop with any movements that feel good. Wonderful. And bringing our knees back to the side of the mat. And the big toes touching, sitting back onto our heels. Again, use your pillow or block if you require. Going to do another gentle flow here. We come a little bit more forward, so in case I move myself out of the frame. So we're bringing our hands forward into a wide-legged child's pose. Then reaching the right arm in a half circle behind us. Left arm follows, fingers pointing away. And we can lift our hip up, maybe gazing to the sky. And to come back, the right arm leads, left arm follows, melting back in between the hips. Let's do this 2 more times with the right arm leading. Lift the hips up as much as it feels good. And the right arm leads. Stay with your breath. Noticing the body. And we had 3 times the right arm leading. You guessed it, the left arm starts leading now. Oops. Left arm comes forward. And left arm opens first. So we are staying here in balance as well. Beautiful. And the last round here. Fantastic. Bringing the hips down. I'm coming into a wide-legged child's pose. Maybe you want to rest the forehead onto the back of the hands. Taking a small break here. Soften the face. Soften your back, your hips. You can always substitute for Shavasana, whatever resting posture feels good for you here. Beautiful. And we're slowly coming back up, placing the hands onto the mat, lifting your hips, moving your knees a tiny bit back, and rising into downward facing dog. Slowly start walking your feet forward, and with every step push the heel down to get the stretch through the whole backside of your legs. And we meet into forward fold here, Uttanasana. Of your choice, maybe you want to hold on to the elbows. Maybe you want to hug yourself a little bit deeper, or just give it a good shake. Soften the whole body, relax all the muscles you don't need to keep the posture. Wonderful. Push into your heels. Inhale, come halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Bend your knees, reach your arms forward, push into your heels. And we come all the way up, tuck the tummy slightly into at the back bend. Saying hello to your lamp. And exhale, hands in front of your heart. Coming into our balancing posture. You can step off the mat if you feel that helps you. You can also come to a wall. Figure out what feels good for you. So it's a feel-good class, no pressure. And for me, definitely no pressure, but also no pressure from yourself, right? So let's take the right leg as a standing leg. And the left foot can either rest just above your ankle, onto the calf, or all the way up to your thigh. I'm choosing the middle path here. Hands in front of your heart, shoulders relaxed. And then hugging the hip in towards the midline, growing out, crown of your head, softening. And as we explored in the beginning, you're really welcome to open your arms here. And maybe these small movements we did in our low lunge feel nice here as well. Keeping the stability in your hip and finding softness in your crown of your tree. I have a dragonfly in here. You hear a little buzzing sound, it's trying to get out. So I hope it finds its way out. But it's a beautiful, beautiful animal flying around here with us. All right, bringing the palms back in front of your heart. Knee comes in and we step it down and give it a good shake. Ooh, yes, fantastic. So let's come to the other side. Firmly grounding into your left leg. Ideally finding the same position as you place your foot on the other side, hugging in towards the midline, growing out of the crown of your head. And you can start here with your hands in front of your heart. Maybe your hands stay here. This is your tree. You decide how it should look like. Or maybe we're extending our crown and start to explore here. With a certain type of lightness that also means if we fall, we can get back up. Wonderful. And we're placing the hands back together. Bringing the knee in and stepping the foot down and give it a good shake here. Fantastic. And then let's come back down onto the mat. Inhaling, rising up. Exhale, forward, fold. And we're stepping into an all-fours position to sit back onto our heels. Swing the legs in front of you. And we're back on our mat. Take your left knee towards your chest and move the left knee to the side. Doing another little flow here together. On an exhale, we come into Janu Sirsasana. On an inhale, we will rise up. On an exhale, we place our left hand behind us. Inhaling, lifting our hip up, almost like a wild thing on the knee. Exhaling, hip down. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, Janu Sirsasana. All right, shall we do it? Fantastic. Doing 5 times on each side and flow in your own rhythm here. But I really invite you to go with your breath. All right, inhale, rise up. Exhale, forward. Inhale, rise. Exhale, place the left hand. And inhale, rise up. Push the right toes away, reaching back, giving us a nice, lovely back bend. Exhaling back to the ground. Inhale, release the twist. Exhale, fold. Wonderful. So 4 more on your own time. finding softness, finding these feel-good moments in your postures. You're like, oh, that's a good stretch today. And giving yourself a smile and thanking yourself for coming onto yoga mat, moving in ways that can feel just so good. Last one on the side. Fantastic. Let's stay here in the forward fold for a moment. Soften it down. Wonderful. And then slowly inhaling, rising up. Bring your left knee in and straighten out the leg. And we come to the other side. I don't know what's wrong with my pants today. They're going places that I don't want them to go. So bring your right knee to the chest. Allow the right knee to fall to the side. Left foot in Pada Bandha. If you're not familiar with that, pulling the toes towards you. And we're doing 5 rounds on this side as well. Inhaling, rise nice and tall. Exhaling, falling over your left leg. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, right hand rests behind you. Inhale, come up, push the left toes. Exhaling, hip down. Inhale, raise your arms. Exhale, forward fold. Beautiful. 4 more on your own time. Last one here. And then let's stay in Jana Shishasa for a moment. Left knee can be slightly bent. Chest is open. And softening deeper into the pose. Fantastic. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, release the hand. Bring your right knee in. Straighten out the leg. And then bending both knees. Holding on to your legs to slowly, slowly, slowly find your way down onto the mat. And we're going to roll over onto the tummy for a feel-good cobra. So lying onto your tummy, place your hands next to your chest and then move the fingertips out. So as if you're holding on, having a tennis ball in between your palm and the floor. Roll the shoulders back. Press the top of your feet into the ground. The pubic bone presses down. Your glutes are active. The shoulders are hugging back. Inhale, rise the chest up. Exhale, bring your right shoulder to the center of the mat. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, left shoulder down to the center. Getting that stretch in your shoulder here. Inhale, let's go 2 more times on each side. Keep the legs active. Soften your face. Wonderful. And after your 3rd round here, inhaling to the center and then slowly vertebra by vertebra rolling back down, placing your hands under the forehead, softening your whole body and allowing the hips to wiggle from left to right. And then let your heels drop to the side, relax the whole body. Taking slow deep breath into the tummy. And notice how your lower back is relaxing on the exhale. Fantastic. And then place your hands next to the chest and push yourself back onto all fours, sitting back onto your heels. Swing your legs in front of you one last time. And we're coming into a butterfly posture, placing the soles of your feet together. You can hold on to your feet and you decide how close do you want to bring the heels towards your perineum. Taking your thighs and rotating them a little bit inward here. And maybe you notice, oh, this is already quite a bit from my hip, and you would like to stay here, rolling the shoulders back, inhale, opening the chest, and optional, starting to move a little bit more forward. Pushing the heels together will help to open your hips even more. And again, we're exploring what feels good for you here. Inhaling, lengthening the spine, and exhaling, folding from your hip. And if you feel you want to go more into a yin style posture, you can also round the whole back, allowing the forehead to come almost to your toes. Noticing the difference, and allowing the whole body to be nice and relaxed. And becoming heavier and heavier. Beautiful. And the fingers are helping us to slowly walking back, inhaling, coming up. And with the next exhale, bring your knees together. Step the feet mat distance, hands behind your back. And we're bringing both knees to the right and both knees to the left with the feet far away from each other. Getting a nice stretch, maybe all the way up into the shoulder. Wonderful. And then slowly coming back, straightening out your right leg. And we're coming into half butterfly. So the left heels towards the perineum. Inhale, raise your arms up. And we fold over our right leg. So many arms. Left fingers are reaching towards the right toes. And maybe you feel like, oh, this goes exactly to the spot that I needed to feel today. Or maybe you feel, I want to move and explore here as well. So maybe on an inhale, very slightly so, looking up. On an exhale, slowly bringing your heart more towards the mat. You decide if you want to add these explorative movements. Or just stay holding the stretch. All right, last breath here. And then inhaling, come back up. Exhale, release. Whew. And we change the legs. Knee comes in first, bending both knees. And straightening out the left leg, right heel to the perineum. And don't worry if you did the other side first. Inhale, rise up and exhaling. Taking our side bend here, allowing the legs to be heavy. And if you explored on the other side, I also invite you to add some movements here. If you stayed still on the other side, then try to keep your practice balanced. Last breath here. And in, now we come all the way back up. And exhale, release the arms. Any movements that feel good, bringing the knees in. And we're coming down onto our backs. And taking a very short Shavasana here, extending the legs wider than hip distance, letting the feet flop to the side, arms next to the body. Palms facing up and arms as far enough away from the upper body so the shoulders are really relaxing. Feeling the ground underneath you. Beautiful. And then bring your legs together, hugging the right knee towards your chest. Give it a nice little squeeze, breathing against the thigh. Wonderful. And we're taking our right arm on the inside of our right leg, and the right hand holds on to the outside of the right foot for half happy baby. If you feel this is too intense, then don't worry. Just step your left foot towards your hips, or you're just hugging around your thigh. Maybe you want to explore here a little, moving in half happy baby, or finding stillness. Beautiful. And then we all step our left foot closer towards the left buttock, keeping the right foot flexed and placing it below our left knee. Figure 4 on our back. Option to push away the thigh or lift your left knee off the ground or towards you and placing the hands around the chin or around the thigh, letting the left foot be relaxed. And maybe you can feel it here in the right hip, giving it a couple of slow breaths into the area you feel the stretch. Keeping the rest of the body soft and relaxed. Wonderful. And then you can step your left foot back onto the mat. And we can go either straight into a twist from here, or you can slide your right knee towards your left knee and go from here. It's very different type of twists, and you can decide. I will choose now to take my right foot where it was for the figure 4, placing my arms into cactus, and then placing the right foot onto the ground with the right knee still up, coming into a gentle twist. For any reason that doesn't feel good, then you slide the right knee towards the left and finding any other twist here that feels good. I know I'm saying this a lot, but that's the theme of the class. So really invite you to not just follow the shapes that your teacher is suggesting, but finding your way to make them delicious and having that feeling of, oh, that's exactly what I needed today. Beautiful. And then slowly on an inhale, we come back up. Right knee to the chest, and we're extending both legs to a short shavasana before we go to the other side. Feel any changes, the difference between the left and the right side. Wonderful. Bring your legs together. Left knee towards the chest, giving it a good squeeze, maybe breathing against the thigh. And we're coming then into the half happy baby, the left arm on the inside of your leg and the left hand on the outside of the foot, with any variation I suggested to you on the other side. Movement, no movement. Giving our pelvis a stretch, our hips. Staying with the breath. Fantastic. And we're stepping the right foot closer, keeping the left foot flexed and placing it just below our right knee. Maybe this is exactly where you need to be, just pushing away the left thigh a bit. Or if you went for this on the other side, holding on to your right leg, softening the shoulders, relaxing the right foot. And breathe into your left hip. And we slowly start to prepare for the twist, placing the right foot back onto the mat. And maybe you want to join me in this figure 4 variation twist, placing the left foot onto the ground, or finding any version of a spinal twist that feels good for you here. And staying and exploring, how's the breath flowing now? Wonderful. And then very slowly inhaling, coming back up And we're finding our way into our final Shavasana. And before the end of our practice, we're also going to do a feel-good breath. And I really invite you, I know I'm not in the same room as you are, but to stay for this relaxation. Take your time to observe any changes in body, mind, and breath. And feeling how the whole body is getting heavier and heavier and heavier. Softening your toes and fingers, shoulders, jaw, and allowing the eyeballs to be heavy, melting back into your head. And softening your chest and your abdominal area, your pelvis, the whole legs, and again back down to the toes. And then let us take a last breath here, inhaling through the nose. And with a sigh, let it all go. And if this felt just so right, you're welcome to do another one or even a third one before you surrender for a moment into your sweet Shavasana. And then slowly bring your awareness back into the space, feeling the position you're lying in, the ground underneath you, noticing the movement of the breath. And with the breath, allow the physical body to awaken intuitively in whatever way feels good. Maybe the fingers and toes start to move. Maybe rolling the head from left to right. Or giving yourself a wonderful stretch, just like after a good night's sleep. And then let's roll onto your left side to slowly come back into a seat. Take your time. Whenever you're ready, pushing into the ground, finding a comfortable seat. And I would really like to close with the Brahmari, the humming bee breath, and the vibration we're generating with the breath, with the humming, or with our Om is super beneficial to release happy hormones and to stimulate our vagus nerve for self-healing. So I invite you to join me, and whenever a breath doesn't feel good, you can always take a break or choose to do any pranayama that you are more familiar with. We're going to do a gentle version, so we're not going to close the ears or the eyes. We're just starting to generate the humming and try to feel it in the upper part of your head. So we really want to go to the happy hormone center in our brain, feeling the vibration mainly in the forehead, and then from there it can start traveling throughout our whole body, keeping a little gap in between your teeth. And we're gently inhaling, and then with a slow hum, we are generating the bee breath. You can bring your hands into Gyan Mudra, index finger and thumb touching, tall spine. You're welcome to combine it with your Dirga, your 3-part breath. Whenever you're ready, a couple of rounds here together. And after your next one, let's take a moment of stillness, going back to your natural breath, and observe. And slowly coming back, place your hands together in Anjali Mudra and prayer in front of your heart. And I thank you so much for joining this fundraiser class. And together I would like to send out love and abundance and health to every soul on this planet. Animals, humans, feeling how we're all connected. And thank yourself for taking this time also for yourself, that we also need to take care of us before we can take care of others. So acknowledge that. Prioritize your self-care. We have so much to give, but we also need to take care of ourselves. So thank you for doing that tonight. I would like to close with Om and 3 Shantis. And Shanti means peace, and we're asking for the peace within, around us, and in the world. So let's take a deep breath in to synchronize our breath. Exhale, let it go. Inhale to chant. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hands to your forehead for kind and loving thoughts. Hands to your heart for kind and loving intentions. Hands to your mouth for kind and loving communication. Namaste. Thank you so much, everyone, for stopping by. I will have a look if I can see here if Yoga Gives Back can join us. Let's see if they're available to tell you a little bit more. The camera's not so flattering. I hope you're feeling good. And please send me, I have a share here somehow. Please send me a message. Check out how you can donate for this class. And as I said, I'm going to send the money directly to Yoga Gives Back. And if you haven't checked them out, please check them out. Give them a follow. There are also other amazing classes coming up from other ambassadors around the world. Oh, it doesn't look like someone else is joining here. So have a beautiful evening or wherever you are around the world. Thanks again so much for joining. Namaste.